Hello and welcome to problem solving challenge number 6, Sam's bag of candy. One day, Sally was just sitting around minding her own business. Suddenly, Sam came along and said, "Bet you can't guess what the number of candies I have in this sack." So Sally said, "All right then, give me a clue." Sam replied, "I have more than 50, but fewer than 125. If you divide them into piles of 8, there'll be 2 left over. But if you divide them into piles of 7, there'll be 1 left over." "Well, all right then. I bet I can figure this out," thought Sally. So to solve this problem, I remembered that I had bags of these acrylic gems I got at the Dollar Tree. And I thought, well, this will be better than candy that I'll be tempted to eat. So I dumped a pile out, and then I counted out a pile of 125 so I wouldn't go over while I was dinking around. And so I just sat and fiddled with these for a while and tried to come up with different solutions. And I'll show you some of these here in just a second. So for this part, I did minimum and maximum piles of 7 and 8. Just kind of get my brain in the right space here. So the minimum number were 7 piles of 8, which would give you 56, plus your 2 extra, which takes you to 58. The minimum number of piles of 7 would be 8, which would give you 56 again, plus 1, which gave you 57. So of course, he has more than these 2 amounts. You'll have to forgive me, I forgot to take a picture of the minimum piles of 7. That was on me. I also did the maximum amount just to see what it would look like. That would give you 15 piles of 8 for 120, plus your 2 left over, which is 122. Or you would end up with 17 piles of 7, which is 119, plus 1 gives you 120. So, it's kind of getting close in there. The numbers are similar, but we still haven't quite found the right one yet. So I went on a little bit of a math safari after this, and I thought, well, okay, it's got to be some sort of number that has 7 and 8 as factors, so 56, 112, but none of that would give me the right solution between the 2 of them for the remainders left over of pieces of candy. So I thought, okay, fine. So I was scribbling down bits and pieces of stuff and trying to figure out this and that out, getting frustrated with myself, and so I pulled out another color of gems, and I finally had my aha moment, and I will show you that here next. So you can see here I brought in my second color of plastic gems, and this helped me see both piles of 7 and piles of 8 at the same time. Obviously, if you count here, this is not quite right. But then I had the brilliant idea of adding 7 blue gems at a time to my piles of red and seeing how that would work out. And that is how I came to the final proper solution. So here we have the final solution that I finally came up with, playing with my little plastic diamonds. And you come up with 15 piles of 7, which gives you 105, plus 1 is 106. Or you can have 13 piles of 8, which gives you 104, plus 2 gives you 106. So Sally can tell Sam that she knows exactly how many pieces of candy he has if she can picture something like this in her head. And if you count, I have 2 times 7 in the blue gems there, which make up, you can see in the second image in this section, the 2 extra piles of 7 that you would then distribute through to make piles of 8 and get your 106 pieces of candy.